Hi, it's Sophie from Stratus. When you're filling out your MBA applications, you're going to come to something called the optional essay on every single one of them. Should you fill it out though, or shouldn't you? Well, the answer is it depends on the school and your situation. So let's walk through how you can think through the optional essay and whether it makes sense for you to submit anything here. The first aspect you want to consider is to just understand the overall purpose of the optional essay. So the optional essay is optional. No one's making you do it. And schools offer it as a way for you to explain something that could be a red flag or to share something that you just didn't get a chance to answer based on the prompts across the other essays. But that doesn't mean you should automatically write one. Reason being, you don't want to just burden the admissions committee with more words to read if there's actually nothing there that would make sense in the context of an MBA application. So one of those elements that could make sense is if you are going to be addressing red flags. One of the most common reasons people write an optional essay is for this reason. It could be a gap in employment, it could be a low GPA from undergrad, it could be a low GMAT score, or even a non-traditional, unusual career path. So if you have a legitimate concern you want to address here, it's worth mentioning it, explaining the context and demonstrating how you've grown from that so that they're not just coming up with a storyline on their own of why that happened. Another instance you would want to leverage the optional essay would be for highlighting any additional strengths that you didn't get to mention. If you have a significant accomplishment or a passion or a really unique aspect of your background that wasn't mentioned anywhere else, this is a place you get to share that. Now let's talk about when you want to skip the optional essay. So not everyone needs to write this. If your existing application is already strong on its own, you don't need to share anything else. Schools like Wharton are going to only ask you to write something in the optional essay if it's something substantial to add. So if you don't feel like you have that, don't feel like you have to say anything. Finally, you want to tailor your application to each school. So different schools are going to have different nuanced language around the optional essay. For Sloan, for example, they only want to hear if you've got any red flags you want to address or to elaborate on aspects of your application, but it's not a place for an additional personal statement. So be sure to read and heed the guidance for each individual school. So if you're looking for any support as you navigate your MBA journey, feel free to reach out to us here at Stratus. We've got counselors available to do free 30-minute consultations to address any questions you have about the optional essay or otherwise. Best of luck.